Join me for a conversation with John Anderson, the chairman of Triumph Gold Corp, trading as TIG on the TSX Venture Exchange and TIGCF in the U.S. Triumph Gold Corp is a mineral exploration company currently focused on its 100% Freegold Mountain Project in Canada's Yukon. This road-accessible property is located in the Dawson Range Gold Copper Belt, host to the Casino Copper Deposit, the Coffee Gold Deposit, and the Klaza Gold Prospect. Triumph Gold Corp has a leadership team with a collective history of exploration success as well as capital raising ability. John, welcome back to the program.
Ellis, thanks for having me again.
Nice to see you here in Beverly Hills. Bring us up to date on Triumph, if you don't mind.
Well, we've had a really exciting summer. This has been a real tough market, I'm sure, as your listeners would understand, but we did our third program since we took over the company from an exploration standpoint, and we followed up from a thesis that our new president, Tony Baresi, had a few years ago, that we would have good porphyry mineralization on our property surrounding our already impressive resource of over 3 million ounces of gold. So we followed up 2 years ago, had an indication that we might potentially have a porphyry beyond those resources. And last year, we confirmed it. We hit 400 meters of incredible mineralization over a gram of gold equivalent, over 1% copper equivalent. So this year, we followed up on that theory and looking for the source of it. And beneath those resources, we followed up and we drilled kilometer-long holes. We did 7 holes this year on 3 areas of the property. And we came up with a press release just a few weeks ago in early September where we hit 600 meters of constant mineralization of well over a gram of gold equivalent, over 1% copper in 2 zones. It confirmed the wow breccia, which is a breccia pipe that goes right up the surface. And then right below, we hit a different type of mineralization that had the same type of grades. And that showed that we're onto something fairly significant down below. We've now drilled 700 meters as a step out beyond that and followed up from a breccia pipe that we had last year called the Blue Sky Zone. We're just waiting for those assays as well. But because of the success of the wow breccia, we went back and followed up with 1 more hole into the wow breccia, and we're excited about what that's going to come out with.
So what's the next step from here on in, John?
We've got a lot of assays and results to come out from this year's program. As I said, we've only got 2 holes released out of the 7 holes that we've done. But we also did a lot of other exploration on the project. We followed up on different discoveries that we had in the last 2 years. And more specifically, we have an epithermal vein called the Irene vein. It was uncovered by placer miners a few years ago. Tony went out and drilled it last year along a 450-meter strike. It was multi-grams over multi-meters right at surface. This year, we followed up with that, and we think we connected it with drill holes from the 1960s from a zone called the Gold Strike Zone that's 3.7 kilometers long. So we'll wait to see what the trenching results we came up with this year, but that would be one heck of a project to follow up on all alone, let alone all the other things we've got on the property.
Has there been a lot of consolidation going on in the Yukon? What's happening there with the majors, and how are you positioned for that?
In the last year, there hasn't been a lot. What's created a lot of interest, obviously, is when Gold Corp showed up in the area in 2016 and bought Kaminak for $520 million. That's a property that's 60 kilometers north of us. We're waiting to see what Newmont's going to do with that property since they took over Gold Corp. But there has been a lot of activity in the region. You've seen White Gold with the investment from Kinross as well as Agnico create a lot of interest. And you've seen the Minto mine in production for quite some time. So there's a lot of activity. You look at Victoria Gold. It just started pouring gold from its Eagle mine on September the 17th, which shows the Yukon, it's open for business. It's easy to get things done. And the majors are showing up.
Let's talk about the share structure.
We have a good share structure. Newmont's our largest shareholder, over 18%. Then we also have the Zijin Mining Fund, which is a subsidiary of Zijin Mining out of China. They have just under 10%. Palisades Capital is 15%. We've got another couple of institutions that are in the 5 to 10% range. So we've got great support. We've never really done a street offering. All our financings in the last 3 years have been private issuers with those names that I told you, and they're strongly supportive, and we're in a great shape to take advantage of what else I think is going to be a rip-roaring gold market next year.
Well, John, it's always great to see you. We're always visiting in several places around the world, next up in London for Mines and Money. Thanks so much for joining me today on the program.
And I look forward to seeing you in London in a few weeks.
I've been speaking with John Anderson, the chairman of Triumph Gold Corp, trading as TIG on the TSX Venture Exchange and TIGCF in the U.S.
Would you like to be one of the first to see who we are following? Subscribe to our audio newsletter. It's free. EllisMartinReport.com